What's up, guys? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today, I've got exciting news about Ripple, XRP, and what's happening in the XRP community. As always, welcome back to Money Side, your favorite crypto news channel. If you're new here, welcome to the XRP fam. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that way you don't miss out on our daily crypto news updates. XRP, the world's 7th largest cryptocurrency, is currently recovering from the latest correction. The digital asset price jumped by nearly 6% in the last 24 hours as the crypto market cap increased by more than $100 billion within a single day. XRP millionaires are also on the move with the execution of large transactions. Whale alert! The blockchain tracking and analytics platform highlighted a recent transfer worth approximately $18 million from cryptocurrency exchange Binance to a digital wallet. Despite the recent correction in the price of the world's 7th most valuable digital asset, Whale XRP transactions are surging. The total number of XRP whales has also increased substantially during the last few months. According to the latest first quarter 2021 market report published by the San Francisco-based blockchain firm Ripple, XRP accumulation increased rapidly during the first 3 months of 2021. The number of whale wallets, defined as wallets with balances of at least 10 million XRP, increased from 308 to 319. Similarly, the number of wallets holding between 1 million and 10 million coins increased from 1,125 to 1,196. Ripple mentioned in the report. Now back to today's topic. We'll rev the engines of this tweet from Riz-XRP that says XRP moving up on the list. She shares this picture from CNBC Real-Time Show, which shows Bitcoin in the first place, and guess what follows right under? XRP. It's mind-blowing how XRP appears even before Ethereum. XRP has already started its journey to the top, and soon it will be in the #1 spot. You already know this. Before we jump to the next thing, let's look at this tweet from Sento Sumo Saba that says, "Here you go, at John E. Deaton, another use case for you. Meg Nakamura, co-founder at Apto Payments." He shares this video where Meg Nakamura says that to give the company a bit of an ecosystem, she paid for dinner with XRP. She says she knows what's coming, and she is prepared, as the future is bound to happen sooner rather than later. XRP has many use cases. It's no longer just the cross-border payments. Looking into the XRP community, there's been a lot of crazy stuff happening, and some even smelly fish. If we look at this tweet from Truth Crumbs, he tweets, "Seems like John McAfee got whacked for attempting to expose corruption." He shares this tweet from Official McAfee that says, "I've collected files on corruption in governments. For the first time, I'm naming names and specifics. I'll begin with a CIA agent and 2 Bahamian officials. Coming today. If I'm arrested or disappear, 31 plus terabytes of incriminating data will be released to the press." He also shares another tweet from Breaking 911 that says, "Breaking McAfee antivirus software creator found dead in Spanish prison hours after court okays his extradition to the U.S." This is all just crazy. Another tweet from Gordon Gecko 369. He shares these pictures where we can see the title, "Don't forget McAfee allegedly had a dead man switch to expose shit worldwide if something ever happened to him." Now, do you all think this will take place? If it does, things will get even crazier. There are a lot of theories going around about what will happen. We have seen some people saying that McAfee's data dump will show who Satoshi is. But the most interesting part is that McAfee had said a couple of years back that he knew who Satoshi was. Now let's connect to the next tweet from Obvious Rise that says, "Who remembers?" In a tweet that he quickly deleted, John McAfee claimed that David Schwartz is Satoshi. I tend to believe him. He shares a tweet from John McAfee saying Satoshi is ... and always has been the only person it could ever be. At Joel Katz. The time is now. Rest in peace to this man. It's just sad to hear what happened to him. Looking at a tweet by Extra Capsa, John McAfee has allegedly killed himself in jail exactly 22 months, 2 weeks after Epstein's death on the 22nd day of the year, having explicitly stated that if he ends up a suicide, it means he was whacked. He shares McAfee's tweet from October 15, 2020, where McAfee says he is content in jail. He has friends and the food is good. However, he has said that it will not be his fault if it ends up that he hanged himself. Now, if we move to this tweet by Nilo Angel 413, he tweets, he's back. But this is what is interesting here, the 627 on the bottom. Remember the Baby Ray's barbecue post? It expires 627. David Schwartz liked it. Coming days will be interesting. He shares a tweet from Michael J. Burry that says, trapped bulls often fall for the latest support. We all know this guy right here thinks that we will go even lower. Coming from Zero Shorts, Tether Bitfinex Spaces, someone challenged Bennett Tomlin, Caspians, Francis Coppola on whether Tether is manipulating Bitcoin price or what effect Tether collapse would have on Bitcoin. Well, here is Tether CFO himself who said Bitcoin could tank below 1,000 if we don't act quickly. But I guess you already know the deal. Bitcoin has to go, and from the looks of things, that will happen sooner rather than later. 22 Savage 22 tweets, Bitcoin and the markets crash on June 21st and 22nd. The exact two dates are shown you the elites were warning about weeks ago. The crash happened a few days ago and we are back up. The big question here is, are we going to see another crash sooner than later? No one really knows at this point as the market is being manipulated so much. From Rizio Lucian, Harvest Time XRP. He shares a tweet from NASA saying, this Thursday, the last supermoon of the year, will have a sweet ending. It's a strawberry moon. It's coined Strawberry Moon because it signaled a time to gather the harvest of strawberries and other fruits. Frasier 888 also says, Strawberry Full Moon June 24. On a picture she shares, it says, Strawberry Full Moon brings good luck, harvesting the fruits of our labor. From NASA.gov, many cultures name full moons. And while the names differ, we can all agree that June's full moon is a sweet sight to behold. The Strawberry Moon, as the last full moon of spring, or the first full moon of summer is called, gained its name from the time of the year when berries ripen. However, the name doesn't necessarily imply the moon is red, though it does appear a reddish color when rising or setting. The moon will appear full for about 3 days from early Wednesday morning through early Saturday morning. This year, the Strawberry Moon is closer and larger than an average full moon. When we have such a large, bright moon, it is sometimes called a supermoon. Here's a tweet from Reborn13. If you are hoping only for a $10 XRP, then you do not fully understand the size and scale of the grand plan. If it weren't for the price manipulation, the all-time high would have been broken long ago. They needed to buy time. The SEC case is doing exactly that. 4 digits is inevitable. In fact, according to an article published on ambcrypto.com, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission was dealt a big blow a week or so ago after Judge Sarah Netburn observed that Ripple Labs' fair notice defense centered not on the defendant's behavior or knowledge, but the SEC's activities. Now, while that was yet another small victory for the blockchain firm in the course of the lawsuit, it would seem there may be many more to come, especially since the court has now ruled on Ripple's June 4 letter motion. According to the same, the presiding judge has now ordered the SEC to produce documentation of its internal policies that govern employees' trade or purchase of digital assets. In the past, the regulatory agency has refused to abide by the defendant's request for the same, citing irrelevancy. The text-only order passed by Judge Netburn stated, "The court finds that the information sought meets the low bar for relevance, including potentially with respect to the claims against the individual defendants." Since the order mentioned above was text-only, Judge Netburn didn't publish her legal reasoning behind granting such a request. Needless to say, the reactions to the said development were swift and vocal. Attorney John Deaton founded Crypto Law, for instance, reacted to the same by tweeting, "Netburn is therefore ordering the SEC enforcement to stop stonewalling and hand over policies governing SEC employees trading in or purchase or sale of digital assets and or virtual currencies." How about that? Well, guys, time now to look at the technical picture of XRP. In this daily chart, I zoomed way out to get the full picture. From 2013 to 2023 and beyond, we see a definite channel. December 31st, 2020, XRP hit the bottom of it and has been going up since. But look at where that channel will put XRP by the end of the year in 2022. I've seen many analysts that I follow and highly respect with some very conservative numbers. Always good to err on the side of caution. However, after looking at this chart, how much profit will you be taking at $10 or $15? Looks to me like there will be a lot more upside than just the low double digits. Please keep in mind we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Please tell us what you think in the comment section below and we'll have a conversation. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to like the video and to click on the subscribe button below. Turn on your notifications so you get the drop whenever we post our amazing content. Look forward to seeing you in our next video.